My project started when my mentor, Dr. Gulick, traveled to Lake Superior last summer. He was a recipient of the fire grant. And when he did that, he returned to campus that following semester and reached out to me and said, "Hey, LaDae, I have this project that I think you'd be interested in." Because I previously had Dr. Gulig in my creative writing class, and I was like, "Oh yeah, this sounds really great." Obviously, I was a little bit frightened by the idea of research, but with my background in the King Chavez program, I understood research and what I was looking for. This project was more geared towards my major and the things I like to do, which is writing and reading. I was super excited to jump on board with this project. This project is a blending of different subjects. What this project is doing, it's following the poet Lorine Niedecker's 1966 Lake Superior trip. Part of this project is me tracking her steps throughout the poem, throughout her journey, and tracking her journals and see where she went, what she did, what she looked at. Also following the book, Lake Superior, that I have, I'm researching and looking at the type of rocks, the sort of formations, the sort of language that she uses in the poem, in the book as well. This project is a documentary poetic project. I'm looking specifically at the three threads in which Lorine Niedecker looks at through the lake. She looks at this lens through geology, and she also looks at this historic lens. And then she also uses her personal lyric, her personal narrative to also tell the story and also narrate her poem. The lake is sort of this entity that I'm studying because this lake also has history as far as explorers, Native American tribes, indigenous tribes. When I'm comparing her 1966 trip to the potential 2020 trip, I'm going to be comparing and contrasting what I see. Also, I'm going to be talking to people, hopefully if COVID allows me to. We're going to be traveling to Canada, and what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be talking to different people who also study the area of Lake Superior. What Lorine Niedecker did, she also looked at the history and the geological aspects of the lake as far as the rock formations and the minerals and the gemstones. What this project will help me do is build this sort of itinerary for history and geology, as well as, hey, the human imprint. How is food in that area? What sort of conflicts have arisen between 1966 and 2020? What kind of tribes are there? What kind of people live around there? What does this body of water mean to the people in the surrounding communities? So Superior is one thing when it is experienced geologically, another thing when experienced historically, and yet another thing when experienced through the lens of self. There is no actual body of water to which we have access in the poem outside of various frameworks and lenses, perspectives. We map upon its avenues of engagement. So, as I mentioned before, Lake Superior is more than just a body of water. It is almost like a person in itself and how it contributes to the surrounding environment. The author, Lorine Niedecker, she is attempting to move beyond the limits of the lyric, the I, by weaving her own personal experience, her narrative of the lake, into the other perspectives, such as the geological and the historical. And in this way, she creates the rendering of the Lake Superior. She allows us to see the full picture of the lake, again, apart from it only being just a body of water. This project is an interactive map. So when we compile all of the things that we gathered with traveling to Canada, hopefully, and with the remote work that I'm doing, reading and researching and reaching out to the librarians and reaching out to the history professors, I'm going to be weaving together this interactive map. And the goal is to have this website where, so we compare and contrast Lorine Niedecker's trip and my trip, and the person viewing the website is able to click on, let's say the lake, is able to click on, let's say, a topaz or some sort of mineral, and we're able to bring up Lorine Niedecker's words about it, and we're able to bring up my, poetic about it, history about it, and also geologic perspective. So that's what this is. She makes an effort to show us the history that has been brought down about this lake, which is usually white male sort of perspective. this sort of erased the indigenous experiences of Lake Superior. We're also going to be translating the poem into languages for indigenous people. In this way, we can create more lenses and more frameworks with this project and with Lake Superior again. Ultimately, this is a continuation of Lorine Niedecker's project and her journey. This is also weaving the old in with the new. This is an opportunity that will allow me to better enhance who I am as a writer, as a thinker, as a creator. I'm just continuing what this poet Lorine Niedecker started. I'm super excited to continue this process that I'm going on, and I can't wait till we travel and meet different people, and then we'll be ready to present. So thank you.